What's your origin story for stacking or collecting? Where did it all begin? How did you get started with gold or silver? Well, for me, it was a connection to my grandfather and then an evolution to real things of value to, well, where we are today with a very large pile of gold and silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a warm welcome to you all joining me for another precious metal ramble. Today I want to ramble on all about my reasons for stacking and getting into this world of coins. We'll talk about the evolution of my coin addiction, so to speak, from the world very old cool coins that I was given as a child by my grandfather to the collection that I built of some cool silver coins throughout history, into this world of bullion, and how, of course, I've evolved now to pour my own and have a lovely stack of gold and silver, and share some of those reasons why it started, reasons why it evolved and got bigger and better, and then the future. So a lot to get through, and I would love to know your origin story to getting into gold and silver as well. Maybe you share a similar past with me, a love of coins that was given to you by a family member. And that's where I want to start this tale. So this folder here is full of coins which are essentially worthless. They'll have a small value to them, and a few of them might have a few little bits of value in terms of collectability, but they are all just old world coins, and the vast majority I have inherited across the years. I say even inherited, I was just given by my grandfather upon his travels around the world. And I remember it with great pleasure, looking back and thinking the next time I would go and see Grandpa, I'd get some new coins, and that would be incredible. I kept them in a box, and I just loved them. They were brilliant, very tactile, and it got me interested in coins. And that's my origin story. That's really where it started. And my grandfather wasn't a stacker. He didn't have, hoards of gold and silver. He had a Kruger, was it a quarter? Yeah, it was a half Kruger round, quarter each for me and my brother. That was it. But beyond that, he just loved coins as much as I did in terms of the collections. He had stamp collections as well, all these wonderful old school things. It does make me think I'm a little bit sad about the world that we don't have as many of these out there. There are some countries that still have cool coins, but Europe's changed to the euro. A lot of that's gone and will never come back, and it is interesting. Anyway, the nostalgia aside, that's what really got me started in coins. And I remember all the way through my teens just really enjoying those and finding out where they came from, the countries and so on. And then it actually dawned on me at one point that a couple of the coins in the coins that my grandfather had given me were actually silver. And I remember, I think I was probably about 17 or 18 at the time. And I remember looking at these two coins thinking, they look a bit different. They feel a bit different. They're interesting, and I'm going to research them. So I Googled them and found out that they were silver. And I was like, wow, okay, those are actually worth something. And it just almost sparked a little ignition point in my brain to go, hey, these are different. These are really special. And not because they're old and just worn Walking Liberty $half, but because of the silver content. They actually have more value today. That whole folder there, completely worthless. Well, within reason anyway, at least. These have value even to this day. And that got me thinking. It did. It genuinely did. That was a watershed moment for me to look through all of the coins my grandfather had given me, and there were one or two silver crowns. I honestly, at this point, could not pick out which crown it was that my grandfather had, which is a bit of a shame, I suppose. Maybe I should have kept it to one side, but I remember there being a silver crown in there, and I think, from memory, there were a couple of the Swiss silvers as well, which, if we can, no, those are the old florins. There were a couple of these as well. Maybe one or two of these coins on this page. I can't remember exactly one, but I found like maybe 5 or 6 coins where I was like, oh, those are special, those are different, definitely worth keeping to one side. And so I did. And as I grew up through my formative years after university and the like, I remember just thinking to myself, I do love coins, and I don't get any more because unfortunately by this time my grandfather had passed away, and so I decided I would get some more. And so I scoured eBay and I would buy what I could buy, and with the budgets that I had, and all of these beautiful, lovely crowns, and found a Morgan dollar here and there, and found a beautiful peace dollar here and there, and older crowns as well, like this one here, beautiful old George III crown. And these are nothing special in terms of numismatics. I often didn't want to pay very much for them, so I lost out on a number of different auctions where coins were not particularly in my price bracket, but I would get these and I would love them, and I would always be like, wow, 1819, it's over 200 years old now. Stunning, stunning, stunning. So I built up this collection, this folder here of all of these coins, and right now, even at today's silver prices, these coins have made money from what I bought them at 10, 15, 20 years ago, even some of them, and I just absolutely love them. I think they're just so stunning. The way that they look, the history that they have attributed to them, it's just stunning. Oh, here's a good one for all of you beautiful Americans out there, the lovely Morgan dollar. So what then happened to me is I built up this collection, and I was like, right, well, what's next? Like, I've got pretty much everything I want that's within like my price brackets, and I didn't want to ever become a specialist collector of really rare coins and things like that. I just wanted to enjoy the coins and have them, and I knew that they would hold value. I kind of had this little bit of investor head on me. I was like, I paid 22, 24 quid for this. I can easily get that money out if I need to. It's nice, a bit of a savings mechanism. And so there was a point in, 2015, when I was looking at the next sort of bits that I wanted to maybe get. And I said to Mrs. Backyard Bullion, I was like, hey, did you know silver's price right now is really low? I've been looking out there. And she was like, oh, that means all of your coins that you bought have lost money. I was like, well, maybe, but, this could be an opportunity. So I somehow, I don't remember how exactly, I remember we were in Scotland on holiday when I was reading this article about how silver was very, very low in price, and it was. Spot price was like £9.50 an ounce. It was ridiculous. And I remember in Scotland talking to Mrs. Backyard Bullion about it, and she gave me blessing, because she liked the coins too. She wasn't as big on it as me, but she was like, well, maybe we should buy some real silver coins. And so we did. Now, the reason why I bought them wasn't quite the same as the reason I bought all of these coins. And there is a reason why these coins are all in these folders rather than bullion coins, which are just, bullion coins in my mind. These have a connection to me in terms of that history. Oh, there's a fly that's joined me for the video. Go away, fly. Hashtag YouTube filming problems. These coins are special because they've got a bit of a history. They're like my origin story. The bullion that I bought with Mrs. Backyard Bullion was an investment. This is an investment in a way, but it's also this was a hobby. This was something I enjoyed to do and have. What Mrs. Backyard Bullion and I bought was an investment. So a lot of people, they talk about the reasons they get into silver in the first place being that they want to preserve money, they want to preserve wealth, they want to take money out of the system, beat the Fed, do what they want to do. Here's definitely, this is one of the coins from my grandfather, just seen it. What they really want to just preserve that money and get it out of the system. For me, it was about making money. I wanted to actually make some money on my coins, and the guilty pleasure was I wanted to make money on my coins so that I could buy more of these type of coins, these sort of older school ones. Is it going to focus? Come on, camera. There we go. So this was an old threepence that I remember my grandfather having, and I used to think as a small child, somebody had shot it with a bullet. And I thought, because it's 1917, I thought maybe this was a survivor of First World War and a bullet had gone through the coin. Of course, you grow up and you realise that a bullet is far bigger than that little hole, and it was just made for some jewellery, but it's still part of my history. So, the reason to buy this stuff, 999 fine silver, was to make money on it, not to have a collection of coins. And it was very much buy them, sell them at another point. And I remember that first sort of year and a bit of having those coins, I looked at spot price like every other day or so, and I was like, oh, look, it's going up. It's £11 an ounce. I paid like £10.50, £11. Some of the coins I bought were a little bit more expensive, £12 an ounce basically for them. And, I was like, they're getting more. We could maybe sell them. And then, we didn't. We bought more, and we bought more. And then I started making my own poured silver because I was like, well, I love coins, I love silver and everything, and these are pretty cool. And I was made a godfather, and I was like, well, I want to now do something, because I'm not particularly religious. I wanted to do something to pass on a passion of mine to my godson, and so getting silver coins was cool. So I was researching all of the raw mint coins to buy, the annual coins and things like that, and then I stumbled across poured silver, and the rest is history. And we now have this, well, empire, so to speak, of backyard bullion and everything that we're doing with coins and bullion and everything. And it's really incredible how things change. So with all the good intentions in the world of buying silver to make money, I've still got those coins that I bought back in 2015. I've still got these coins. So am I now really a true stacker? Yes, I am in many ways. Like I have evolved my way of thinking. I don't just buy silver to make money on it now. I buy silver because it's a good insurance and hedge protection scheme. But at the same time, with the exception of some of the coins that we've got in this folder here, I will happily sell some bullion when I need to make the profit. I'm not the hardcore stacker that maybe some of you would expect of me. I am not a mercenary, but I will not shy away from making money when I need to and when it's part of your job. But things that are, sentimental, or things that hold a connection to the past, I've definitely come to learn and appreciate that there are these things in life that might be completely worthless to other people, but are exceptionally valuable to you. And this black folder here is definitely a folder of real memory that will never disappear from me. And actually the majority of this folder too, from sort of this page. Oh, I was afraid that would happen. I've broken part of my folder. I was meaning to replace this anyway, but basically from I remember buying those off eBay, so I think I bought those off eBay as well. So yes, it must be from this page onwards. It was all my grandfather's coins. So yeah, real connection to the past, and that's what I love, and that's what I will continue to love as part of my story as a bullion collector and coin collector. And some of these coins are really very nice and very, very fancy and old, but they're not special in many ways beyond that they're special to me. So yeah, that's how I got into everything. I hope that was an enjoyable ramble for those who've listened through the entire 12 minutes. Thank you if you have, my Rambling Society members. I do appreciate your support, and it would be great to hear from you down in the comment section what got you started into stacking and why you're maybe still stacking. One thing I haven't actually, here's a bonus ramble for all of you, I haven't really talked about the future. I haven't really bought a great deal of these coins anymore. I've bought a few bulk lots of peace dollars and things like that, but those are different. I've moved on. I don't think I would put them in this folder, because this folder represents the history and the evolution of my stacking and collecting through time. The peace dollars and various different sterling silver coins that I might have bought within the last few years, they represent the same as the bullion, a money maker potentially. So yeah, the future is that this is now part of my history and I'm moving on from it, and I'm happy with that, fine with that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. It'd be great to hear from you, and we'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.